I'm David Wells. I'm the artist at the station. I'm involved in a team called Weekly Ticket Footscray, and there's 5 of us, and we're committed to working down here at the station for the next 15 years, answering the question, what if a public artwork was an artist, was a person? The thing I like about this is that I'm going to where the people are. There's always an audience down here. Every time I come down here, there's 1,000 people. I think the show is playful, it's friendly, it's inquiring, it's generous. I think there's got to be a lot of intuition involved, creativity. I think there's got to be a lot of sympathy and empathy and understanding. I think there's got to be a lot of open-heartedness. I think there's got to be a lot of love.
Footscray Community Arts Centre called for tenders for a public artwork at Footscray Station. The idea was that local artists, particularly sculptors, would create a public artwork. There was a certain budget to create the work. There was also a budget to maintain the sculpture.
The requirement was that it had to be there for 15 years. Tim and Maddie actually saw that proposal and went, gee, it'd be really interesting if a public artwork was a person that was there for 15 years. Tim Humphrey and Madeline Flynn, who also work on the project as curators, and it's really their concept, they're also incredibly curious as to how it would be. And none of us really knew when we started what it was going to be like. Footscray Station is a really interesting cultural collision. It's a very dynamic place. There's enough diversity down there to keep you satisfied for the rest of your life. I mean, it's a fascinating place. The interest of the whole group, Tim, Maddie, Merafi and I, is to find out what it's like being an artist in that equation. And that's interesting. And that's really interesting. Because there's a lot more interesting people down there than me, let me tell you that. That's the fantastic thing, to celebrate that diversity. One of my favourite things, children are involved immediately. I think we get a lot more complicated as we get older, but kids just are really, really straightforward into it. And I know if it's working for them and they're interested and they think it's good and fun and interesting, then I think that's a great indicator that I think I'm doing something right. I think I'm really curious about the people that are down there. I think they're pretty curious about what I'm doing there as well.
People start to think, well, someone's doing this on purpose, what is he doing? Then it says a lot about the person as to whether they're therefore intrigued or annoyed by someone behaving unusually, whether their reaction to it is I would like to get involved in this.
And it's still experimental. That's the really exciting thing.
The best case scenario is that we get to the end of 15 years and go, let's just keep going.
And life is short. Life is short. This is a great thing. I don't want to waste time anymore. This is exactly what I want to do. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful privilege. I'm incredibly lucky.